Okay, so rolling up, and we're gonna start with a super easy question. Who are you, and what do you do?
My name is Drella, and I am the human resources person or human robots here at Good Robot.
So, what makes Good Robot different than other employers?
I think from my experience and from experience that I've gathered from others, is that Good Robot really celebrates people trying to find their own path in the workplace and kind of figure out what they really enjoy doing, and then wants to celebrate that and, support them on that journey. Yeah, that journey.
What's been your journey at Good Robot?
My journey started on the hospitality side in 2015, doing the markets over at the Seaport and Alderney Landing. Then I moved into the tap room, was a server bartender, shift supervisor for a while, quick minute acting tap room general manager, and now in the role of robots. Human robots.
You also brewed a beer here.
I did brew a beer here, a few. My most memorable beer that I brewed was I Love My Dog, which was a Star Anise Stout after placing as the finalist in the Fembot Brew competition.
So, what are Good Robot's values?
Good Robot's four core values are being deliberate in our actions, trailblazing in our culture, goodwill in our communities, and quirky weirdos. Just really, again, celebrating individualism and folks coming as they are.
What's Good Robot's mission?
Good Robot's mission is to be the curators of our community's quirky food and beverage experiences.
So, beverages. What does Good Robot actually mean?
Good Robot actually makes camaraderie, though that is facilitated through the experience of coming together over a shared beverage or food.
Tell me more about camaraderie and drinking with a friend.
Yeah, so, here at Good Robot, you're never drinking alone, even if you are drinking alone at home with a can, there's still a bit of friendship in there, which is, the root of camaraderie.
And what does camaraderie mean?
Friendship!
So, what was Good Robot like in 2015, and how did it change?
Good Robot has changed from 2015 for sure. In 2015, the first 14 staff that worked here, only 4 of them had actual service hospitality experience. We were really focused on more natural hospitality rather than the steps of service or technical side of it, which really, I think, kind of grew the inclusive, fun space. You were kind of just getting served by a friend, which you still are.
Do you need through that? Okay.
We also have 3 locations. That's new.
Are you still
Yeah,
rolling?
I'm still rolling.
Okay, so, change and include the.
Okay, cool. Good Robot has changed from 2015 because when we started, the 4 of the original 14 staff had technical hospitality experience. We were really more focused on kind of natural hospitality. And now we have 3 locations.
Which locations do you have?
We have a production facility in Elmsdale, Nova Scotia, accompanied by a retail space as well as a seasonal beer garden. And we also just opened a seasonal beer garden on North Park off the Commons.
So, what is Good Robot?
What is this like? What is it for me?
Or who is Good Robot? What does it mean? What does all this mean?
Good Robot is a fun, inclusive environment that you can come and share a beer with a pal or not a beer with a pal if that's what you're into. Good Robot is a brand that really wants folks to just come as they are, be themselves, and feel as though they can find a little corner of it on our island for misfits.
Who would you describe as a misfit?
I would say anyone is a misfit. It's really just back down to the root of individualism. We're all individuals. We all have something inside of us that makes us unique to the person sitting beside us. And we just want really, folks to feel comfortable bringing that to the table or to the bar.
Great. One final question. Can you tell me about the history of the GastroTurf?
Yeah. So the GastroTurf, what year was that? 2016? Oh yeah. The AstroTurf. Oh yeah. In 2015, the Good Robot. Okay, I have to start all over. Okay. In 2015, Good Robot purchased 10,000 pounds of AstroTurf from a local elementary school, and we laid it out on our patio to cover up some gnarly grease stains from years of shawarma. Now it's our AstroTurf. Good to go.
Okay. I might ask these questions in a different order, just to keep you on your toes.
Cool.
Let's start with who are you and what do you do at Good Robot?
Yeah, my name is Drella, and I hold the responsibilities of human resources here at Good Robot. I call it human robots.
And what is Good Robot?
Good Robot is a brewery and hospitality space as well as an e-commerce service, but kind of the essence of Good Robot is an inclusive environment for folks to come and enjoy a beverage alone or with a pal, make a new friend. Yeah, just a fun, quirky space that we celebrate camaraderie.
And how long has Good Robot been around?
Good Robot's been around since May of 2015.
How's it changed since 2015?
Good Robot has changed from 2015 because at the beginning, the first 14 staff that had hired, only 4 of them had technical service experience. We really were focusing more on natural hospitality, getting served by a friend, which you still are, but now with some service standards in place and different technical pieces as well. We've expanded. We have 3 locations now opposed to just the spot here on Roby Street. So we have our brewery and production facility out in Elmsdale, accompanied by a retail shop and a seasonal beer garden. And we just opened a new beer garden down on the Commons, off the Commons.
What are Good Robot's values?
Good Robot has 4 core values, which are being deliberate in our actions, trailblazing in our culture, good-willed in our communities, and quirky weirdos. So allowing folks who work with us or are enjoying our brand and beverage to just come as they are and be themselves.
What's Good Robot's mission? What's their reason for being?
Good Robot's reason for being is to be the curators of our community's quirky food and beverage experiences.
What does Good Robot really mean?
Good Robot makes camaraderie facilitated through food and beverage.
What is camaraderie when it relates to Good Robot? What is that?
Yeah, camaraderie means, celebrating friendship, also allowing a safe space for folks to come together, meet new people, potentially drinking alone, but you're never drinking alone with a can of Good Robot. You always got a friend. Camaraderie is friendship.
Let's go back to our values for a second. Can you give an example of each one of the values that we hold here at Good Robot?
Definitely. So being deliberate in our actions, the largest example of that would be our production facility out in Elmsdale using new state-of-the-art equipment, new to our industry, especially at our scale, and all of the processes and procedures that we've put in to ensure our quality standard is right, as well as, we're brewing the same things the same way, the same time. It would be an example of us being very deliberate. Goodwilled, our Goodwill partnership program, started with us doing the Goodwill Bot Mondays, when we would bring different MPOs in every Monday and donate $1 of every beverage sold back into them to use how they wish that would best support the organization. Though now moving into a more deliberate Goodwilled program of an extended partnership, including different volunteer opportunities for our misfits here at Good Robot, our employees to partake in, as well as more opportunity for them to use our space to bring their community in, as well as us engaging with ours to share the word of their different organization that we're working with. Trailblazing in our culture would be an example of not having a dress code for our hospitality team, as well as putting on different fun events for our staff to come together and meet each other, especially now that we are so dispersed across Nova Scotia a bit with our Elmsdale facility and our locations here in Halifax. As well as opening with gender neutral washrooms, which were huge for the time in 2015, and allowing the queer community to come in and feel safe, as well as anyone who just wants to use a toilet like their home. And quirky, an example of quirky, hard to pinpoint one. I think that quirky kind of embeds in everything that we do, but yeah, allowing our teams to just take themselves into every engagement that they have, or taking themselves to every table that they're serving, and not feeling like they have to fit inside a certain box.
Great. And we've already talked about how Good Robot has changed since 2015. But can you take me back to 2015 when we first opened up here? What was it like? What was it like here at the very beginning? And if you could tell me a story about how you ended up with the front area covered in AstroTurf.
Yeah, 2015 was a lot of fun. We were new. Of course, we had just opened. The craft beer scene in Halifax was a lot smaller, so folks who wanted to enjoy that had fewer options. So we, at a time, were basically shoulder to shoulder in here. I think our approachable service allowed folks to feel more comfortable engaging with craft beer, opposed to feeling alienated by not understanding the language or, different terms, as it was new to the city. And with us being shoulder to shoulder in this space, had to think of a way to expand into the next summer. So we purchased 10,000 pounds of AstroTurf from a elementary school, rolled it out onto the patio, got it licensed, and opened up our AstroTurf.
How much did that cost?
It was 10,000 pounds, $300, I think.
Sort of falling off. So tell me again, how much AstroTurf, how much did it cost, and where'd you get it?
Okay, 10,000 pounds of AstroTurf from an elementary school. Was it $300? Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, right, okay, yeah. So we purchased 10,000 pounds of AstroTurf off of Kijiji from a elementary school that was moving, and it was $300. Too many numbers.
Okay, one more question. Can you tell me about the building of the Mousetrap?
Yeah, the Mousetrap is our bar above the brewery, also the previous residence of our co-founders, though it does not look anything like it did when they lived there. And right now it hosts a lot of our events. We do monthly comedy with Better Times. We also have drag performances on a regular occurrence with Onomatopoeia and different fun events. Robyscope now gets hosted upstairs as well. And that opened in 2018.